Hi, my name's Stuart and I'm an app developer, and I've been working previously a lot with Xamarin Forms, and I'm currently in the process of migrating some apps from Xamarin Forms to the technology that supersedes it, dotnet MAUI. These are both Microsoft technologies. And I commented on an issue. There's been a lot of issues and problems migrating that I think a lot of developers have experienced. It's natural, it's there's bound to be problems with a new framework. There's bound to be breaking changes as well, which there are certainly. So I commented on a particular issue that just to sort of say that I was having the same problem as the original author. The suggested workaround or like kind of way forward just wasn't working for our particular use cases, and I wanted to kind of explain a little bit about that at least. And then I sort of came back the next morning and thought, actually, maybe I could put forward some suggestions about at least the possible direction this could go that could both support the aim of the breaking change, which was to improve and kind of enforce better ways of making apps more accessible. So a noble goal, but yeah, this was kind of conflicting with obviously the backwards compatibility of apps and causing problems for people migrating, and maybe there's a way forward that can be a compromise that supports both those things. And within seconds of posting this this comment on there, I got this automated email, this build thing, which I was like, what's going on here? This was some sort of build process that's been triggered by my comment, and something, it's like highlighted something as an error. And it's called inclusive heat sensor. And when you dig into it, and I had a look at the link, and I was like, okay, well, what is this all about? There's a little red X, it's showing it as an error, and in there it says comment if offensive or angry. So apparently this is something that's been triggered or flagged up by my comment. Now I'm just going to read you the comment, and you can decide whether or not this is offensive or angry. So here we go. As a suggestion, could the concept of unfocused not be bifurcated into two possible contexts? 1, the user's focus when navigating an interface. 2, the developer's ability to keep track of when controls lose focus. As long as the developer doesn't/cannot manipulate the focus themselves and is only using the lost focus as a hook for background functionality such as autosave or validation, could the accessibility goals then be preserved? So that's the comment. Now I don't know how this automated, whatever it is, bot thing determines whether your comment is offensive or angry. Clearly it's not working that well, because as far as I can see, I haven't said anything personal offensive, I haven't used any curse words, it's weird. And so I'm guessing that's kind of an error, but to explain about the wider context of this and how that might make me as a developer feel, I've been having a lot of issues migrating this app, right? And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people, and I noticed that a lot of these issues are just getting closed. Comments on saying, this is by design. We're not going to change this, or here's a workaround. But we'd love to learn more about your use case, and but then the issue's closed. And with no sort of opportunity for the developer to say, yes, this workaround works for me, or here's my actual use case, and here's more information, here's a code snippet or whatever. So this is kind of weird, and I think it kind of really, when you get an email like that coming through saying, suggesting that your comment might be offensive or angry when it's clearly not. If you weren't frustrated before, you're definitely going to be frustrated at that point. And this goes to a wider issue about how these things are being supported. I totally get that this is a public GitHub repository. You are going to get potentially offensive comments, people who are want to be abusive, and you have to kind of try to protect your staff from those, and try and find ways and processes that mean that these things don't happen. But in general, the support that I feel I've been getting as a developer using their product is not great, and I think this is, sometimes you just have to support a product. You have to kind of engage with people, and they seem to be going more for this kind of, put some AI based stuff in there and let it answer your question. Okay, it could be a time saver. There's a bot that suggests when you write an issue, it now suggests, or it looks like it's similar to these things. Does this help? I mean, as long as you have the opportunity to say no, it doesn't, and I actually kind of like to engage with a human, that's fine. But we do that everywhere else, right? But yeah, you still hopefully have the option at the end of the day to get to kind of discussing something and get to be able to maybe make a compromise or get more information or get help, from an actual person that will be able to talk to you and understand about what's going on. And I think the more we sort of go down this route, the more removed we are from one another. Sometimes you just have to. I know from developing software and maintaining software myself. Sometimes you just have to talk to users. You do have to pick up the phone to them and go, because you need to be able to understand what's going on. Or it doesn't have to be over the phone. It can be comments on a GitHub issue or whatever. But I think the more we're going in for this automated sort of thing, and we're kind of managing things in a very removed manner, the worse the support that people are going to feel that they're going to be getting. And yes, you will get people that are frustrated. You will get and as I say, no one should be abused at their work. They shouldn't be shouted at or sworn at. These are basic things. But yes, you are going to have to work with people who are frustrated or upset about what's going on, and that can be really difficult when you're supporting software, but it's part of what the job is all about, what you have to do. And actually it can be really rewarding when you finally get to a resolution and you build a rapport with the people that that are using your product. I just think or some automated email that pings up that kind of might suggest that you're being angry or offensive, when I can't see how that's going to affect people. And it's going to put people off. It's going to push people away. I think let's just say in the technology industry in general, we can do better at this kind of stuff, and we need to get better. We need to help one another out a bit as well, right? Like, we definitely can't just be, accusing people of things, or, but at the same time, we also can't be, just closing issues off and to be dismissive of when you're getting lots of people saying similar things. Maybe you need to sort of look at that and actually kind of prioritize it a little bit. I don't know. As I say, trying to improve accessibility in a framework that will encourage thousands of apps to be more accessible to people, and support a diverse range of users. Obviously, that's a really important goal, but I don't see why there should be a reason that it sort of means that you have to kind of offer a downgraded kind of support for existing users of your product, and kind of why you have to kind of force things on your developer community, and if you really have an ideological thing that you think is the right way to do things, you've got to present a lot of evidence for that. If it's going to cause problems for people, you've got to help them actually do things the right way. It's no good just putting things into a framework, right? We need guidelines around these things as well, and guidance, and we need to be able to make decisions sometimes that involve trade-offs and work within constraints that we've got, right? We all live in the real world. We all sometimes have to kind of prioritize one thing or another, and I get that. And in this case, it looks like, in some ways, prioritizing accessibility is a more noble goal than supporting your existing developer community. But there's no reason why those two things have to be like mutually exclusive. Why we have to go down that road of sort of really breaking things for people and not providing them with adequate help and support. So there you go. I hope that was interesting. I think it goes to a wider thing around app sustainability and what have you, because I really worry that maybe a year or two down the line, MAUI is just going to disappear, and not be supported, and then where does that leave everyone then? And I think more that's a wider issue with web frameworks and app frameworks, and I've written a bit about this in my blog. It's probably there might be some interesting points in there. There's a lot of waffle in there as well that might be complete nonsense, but I'll put a little link in the description. You can read at your leisure if you like. I just thought this was like, I hate to say it, but a really bad example of how to support a product, and we can definitely do better than this.